Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Perdana Parlinto Ritona from class 33 2C07. Uh, Today I'm going to present an excitement on active listening skills. Okay guys, let's get started. Part 1, complete the text correctly. The red line is my answer. Jennifer, good evening sir, can I help you? Mr. Anderson, yes, I have a single room booked for tonight and tomorrow night. The name's Henderson. Jennifer, Henderson? Henderson, oh yes, here you are. You are in room 344, that's on the beach side, so you should have a nice sea view. Mr. Henderson, oh that's nice. I have a lot of work to do, but I'll have time to enjoy the view, I'm sure. Jennifer, here is your key card. You know how to use it, don't you? Mr. Henderson, oh yes. Do I have to give it back to you on Tuesday morning? Jennifer, no, that's not necessary. It will only work until Tuesday noon, which is our checking out time anyway. You can keep it. After that, you can see it's got a handy little calendar on the other side, so you might find the useful. So Henderson, hey, I've never seen that before. That's a neat little idea. Jennifer, now I just need to run through some of our regulations with you. You may also find them on the back of your door or in your room, but we need to tell our viewers some of the most important information. Mr. Henderson, okay, no problems. Jennifer, now I've already told you about the key card. Let's see, the fire exit is at the north elf and the corridor. So that is to the right as you come out of your room. 344. Follow the green signs on the corridor walls. The restaurant you can see behind you. That's open from 7 in the morning until midnight. Mr. Anderson, how do I get an external line from my room? Jennifer, oh, good question. You find all the information you need on plastic card next to the pond. Just dial I to speak to the hotel with board, or I followed by room number to ring another room directly. If you ring 9 and wait for a dial tone, that puts you onto an extra line, Mr. Henderson. Okay, is there anything else, Jennifer? As I said before, checkout time is midday. If you have any complaints, please come directly to me, Jennifer, or to my husband, Gary. We hope you have a great stay here at the Strands. Do you need some help with your bags, Mr. Henderson? Mr. Henderson, no, it's fine. Just this small briefcase. Thank very much for your help, Jennifer. Bye for now. Have a nice evening. Part 2, answer the question correctly. So the number one, what is the purpose of David Hopkins program and what segment are introduced at the beginning? My answer is the purpose of David Hopkins program Film Fanatics is to discuss and review films. At the beginning, he introduces two segments: a report from the Warsaw Film and Television Festival in Poland, and an interview with screenwriter Daniel Atherstone about his thriller Angel Eyes. He also introduces the weekly discussion with critic Jonathan Wade and Sally Mendes. Number 2, what is the main storyline of the film Helter Skelter? My answer is the film follows a university student named Barry who believes he hears the voice of Charles Manson in his head, leading to strange but harmless behavior that frightens people around him. Number 3, who is the Charles Manson and how is he connected to the film Helter Skelter? My answer is Charles Manson was a mass murderer from the late 1960s. In the film, the main character believes he is hearing Manson's voice, which formed the central premise of the story. Number 4. How does the comedy in How to Scale attempt to entertain the audience? My answer is the comedy comes from misunderstandings and physical humor. Although Barry does harmless things, others believe he might commits violent act, creating tension and comedic situation, especially through visual and slapstick humor. Number 5. What is Jonathan and Sally's mind criticism of Helter Skelter? Answer is they criticize the weak script and lack of strong humor. Jonathan said it doesn't make people laugh enough, while Sally agrees that the writing is pure and the dark man's background detracts from the villain's potentials. Number 6. How do the critics evaluate the acting performances in Helter Skelter, particularly Cynthia Marshall's role? My answer is the critics have mixed opinions on the acting. Chris Reid is seen as convincing, but Stan Hansen is considered too old for his role. However, Cynthia Marshall receives strong praise for her performance as Barry's confused mother, which they describe as excellent. Number 7. What positive aspect of Helter Skelter does Jonathan mention despite his overall negative opinion? The answer is Jonathan praises the cinematography, highlighting the beautiful scenery such as water walls, meadows, and pine forest. Number 8. What is the basic plot of the film Time Out? My answer is the film begins with the man who has lost his job and meets an old friend after 20 years, but are unhappy with these lives, so they decide to take action, leading to unexpected developments involving crime and kidnapping. Number 9. Why do Jonathan and Sally consider Time Out a successful thriller? My answer is they believe it is successful because it creates strong tension and fear, includes many plot twists, and keeps the audience guessing until the very end. Number 10. Who are the key contributors, directors, writer, actor mentioned in Time Out, and what are their notable contributions? Number 1. Oscar de la Pena, the director, praised for bringing a fresh and raw style to the film, and George Cook, the screenwriter who adapted the film from a best-selling novel, adding authenticity, and Pedro Martin, the young actor who plays the kidnapped boy and delivers a remarkable performance despite limited experience. Part 3. Answer the question correctly from the audio part 3. Number 1. Why did baby caterpillar decide to go to sleep, and where did she make her resting place? My answer is baby caterpillar decided to go to sleep because she was very tired after traveling slowly and eating leaves all summer. She made her resting place among the branches of a grapevine. Number 2. How did baby caterpillar prepare herself before going to sleep? The answer is she made a soft, silky blanket around herself and rolled up inside it, creating a cozy cradle where she could sleep. Number 3. Why did Jack Frost and King Winter do when they found the caterpillar's cradle? The answer is Jack Frost played roughly with the cradle but could not harm the caterpillar because she was protected by her warm blanket. King Winter, on the other hand, gently rocked the cradle and kindly told her to keep sleeping, saying she did not need his snow blankets. Number 4. How did spring and the sunbeams affect baby caterpillar, and what transformation did she undergo at the end of the story? My answer is spring and the sunbeams warmed the caterpillar and woke her up. As they stretched, her cradle broke open and she came out transformed into a beautiful butterfly with yellow wings, able to fly instead of crawl. And number 5, make a note. And my note is baby Cutterel spends summer eating and moving slowly. And in autumn, she becomes tired and makes a silky cocoon in a grapevine. And Jack Frost shakes the cradle. King Winter protests and comforts her. And spring arrives and wakes her with warmth and sunlight. And the last she transforms into a butterfly and flies happily in the spring air. Okay guys, I think enough for today presentation. Thank you for your watching and see you to next project. Goodbye.